Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Monday, May 25th, 2026. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
Podcast listeners and paint lovers. I got paint on my shirt. This one's for you.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Heyo.
Yo.
And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are.
Sorry, I was trying to find the spot to paint.
Yeah, we're all trying to find the paint.
It's not real paint. It's not real paint. It's a stupid joke. It's like, it kind of looks like paint.
Looks like marble.
Yeah.
You look like a counter.
Right. Like I could be this table right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Hit the like button, subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. On today's podcast, we're going to share some all NBA team takeaways. Break those down, show them to the people, talk snubs. And the New York Knicks are one game away from the NBA Finals. Do they sweep tonight? Are the brooms out in the land? Or are we getting a gentleman's sweep? A tip of the cap from the Knicks to the Cavs. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And that game 3 that they had earlier in the weekend. But first, the San Antonio Spurs absolutely locked down the Thunder last night en route to the emphatic Game 4 win. Wemby scored 33 points, and the 103-82 final score marked OKC's lowest scoring output in any game this season, significantly in the postseason. I mean, the previous low for the Thunder in the preseason was 108 points.
Oh,
in a Lakers game. 82 last night, Game 4. West Finals is tied 2-2. It's a best of 3. We're going to have a pivotal Game 5 tomorrow night. Now, I don't think this one was a classic, but man, impressive work here from the Spurs defensively. Where do you want to start?
You thought we were getting a classic last night.
I did.
It didn't happen, unfortunately. No. Was it because they didn't have Jalen Williams and then AJ Mitchell, and then they needed another guard to help out, and the Spurs did an incredible job of saying, Jared McCain, that Game 3 performance was awesome, but we are absolutely going to shut you down. They just wouldn't let him get shots off inside, so Jared McCain disappeared, and you start to see the trickle-down effect. I thought, they needed somebody else to help. They obviously didn't double Shea as much because they were taking away those guys really, really well. Devin Vassell started it against Jared McCain. That block inside when he said, this is mine. I'm also starting a fast break, which they're really good at, to turn them over. Overall, I think that's the defense in general. Just that was the difference, obviously. Getting the Spurs fans and the Jackals a win here in the conference finals. Nice to see that happen for this franchise.
I'm very happy for Spurs Nacho that he could see this.
Specifically the Nacho. I mean, they erupted right at the end of the first half was when they got super loud, when Wemby hit that shot. That's why you never leave your seats early. Oh, I got to go beat the crowd to try and beat the concessions. You might miss Victor Wembanyama hitting his longest shot of the season. I mean, which was super
it was half
deep.
Court.
Yeah, it was awesome. The nuns didn't leave their seats. They were there. They were watching that. So
they're
very
dedicated.
Cool. They were dedicated, as was the Spurs team, to playing defense from the get-go. From the tip.
That was the biggest change, was how they guarded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They basically played one-on-one the entire time with no Mitchell, with no J-Dub. There just wasn't a secondary creator, and you could really feel the lack of that for OKC. So it'd be switch up top, keep a guy in front of him, say guard whichever perimeter dude, make it tough. Everybody else is going to be digging down, throwing hands in the midst, and then we're just going to funnel him to Wemby. It was tough. Yet another game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander without 20 points. He's got his regular season streak, but I guess he's had 5 games of 20 or fewer in the past 2 postseasons. So less help on Shai meant less open 3-pointers for everybody else, which means less rhythm for all those role players. We didn't have a big Caruso game finally. Jared McCain was very off last night, 1 for 10 after a great Game 3. Dort hasn't done anything in this series. This was the fewest assists that Shai has had in a game against the Spurs. Fewest 3-pointers attempted that OKC has taken against the Spurs. It was just straight up one-on-one defense that Mitch Johnson went back to. And you couple that with Wemby being extra aggressive, taking 17 shots in the first half after 16 total in Game 2, 15 total in Game 3. It was a different Spurs team. They came out desperate, and they came out as the better team.
Yeah, I talked about it after Game 3's victory for OKC. One of the takeaways was, will Mitch Johnson and the Spurs switch up how they're playing SGA? Because they're sort of getting cooked. All these role players are getting open looks and opportunities because they're like really aggressively blitzing and doubling SGA. Maybe scale that back like they did. And why wouldn't you? Because the role players were dominating in this series so far. So maybe you stay a little bit more at home on them. And yeah, you said it, Tass, to start this whole thing. They're also down 2 ball handlers in Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell. Like with both those guys on the shelf, it's SGA, and then you're hoping Jared McCain, and it's like obviously you just didn't have it last night, and a bad performance from him. So great adjustment, and poor shooting, sure, as well from OKC, but that was the defense. And Castle, like, guys, a fortress on SGA. That was awesome. Now a lot of defenders were on Shea at times in this game, but he was like the defensive, primary assignment. And he was so good, I thought, just because he just fights through all these screens, stays attached as much as possible. And he just plays with such force. So him leading the way on the perimeter and then Wemby at the back line, good recipe to keep OKC to 33% shooting from the field, 6 of 33 from deep. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're OKC, you're like, okay, we got that one out of our system. Mm-hmm. Are we going to really shoot that bad? Especially when we go back to OKC for game 5, whether or not our guys play or not, probably not. It probably evens out a little bit more and ticks up, but still, that was awesome. They played like they knew the season was on the line. That was my favorite part. Right. Wemby and everybody on the Spurs team. That was the season. They're not going down 3-1 and coming back. You're just not against the defending champ. So we got a best of 3.
Obviously, they want to see what the other guys can do around Shea. Was that the reason that they didn't play Shea in the fourth quarter at all? Maybe, just to have everybody else do as much as possible. Shea literally didn't play a second in the fourth quarter to try and get guys going, because it is, you kind of have to go down the list here of guys that could help. Who's going to help? Jared McCain may have a bounce back game. Caruso, they're trying to look at as a ball handler. It's not his thing. That's why they played more. Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe out there, who finished the game with 2 made shots after starting 0 of 7. So, maybe I shouldn't say 0 of 7. He missed his first 5 threes and made 2 at the end. So maybe that's what they were trying to do. Hopefully one of those guys, I've already checked the injury report to see if one of those guys is playing, because it would sure help one of those guys, because we always debated, all right, Jalen Williams out so much of this season. If he's out in the playoffs, do they have enough as a second ball handler? But then AJ Mitchell stepped up. So maybe they had enough. Then AJ Mitchell drops out. Yeah. And that seems to be a part of it. But that was definitely the idea of, we are going to take away everybody else. As Devin Vassell said afterwards, he said, you guard your yard. And that's what we did. They did. They did. They guarded it very, very well.
Yeah, and Vassell's awesome, man. This guy is a total playoff gamer. I don't know what he's the best at, but he's good at everything. He makes open threes. If the shot clock is dwindling, he can make a mid-ranger out of nowhere. He'll get steals from behind. He can play one-on-one defense against SGA. It's been a really impressive first run through the playoffs for him. When you look at a guy like Champagny, who's out there for shooting, can't buy a bucket right now, but is at least giving an effort on the defensive end. If I'm the Thunder, I think McCain's got to be the guy, assuming there's no J-Dub, assuming no AJ Mitchell as well. He's the most dynamic with the ball in his hands, but he's best when he has a little bit of an advantage already created for him, like Shea drawing 2, hitting a quick trigger 3, or attacking off of a closeout. I don't know if he's necessarily a one-on-one guy, but there's not a lot of one-on-one guys left for the Thunder. If Shea's the only guy who can handle the ball, it would help also if Chet could do anything in this series, but I'm not very confident that that's going to turn around unless he just has a hot shooting night from 3, but even that seems kind of questionable since it just takes him so long to get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy last night, and it's like the closeout is going to be there almost every time because it takes him so long to go from waist to nose.
Yeah. And I remember how much we were talking and praising Chet Holmgren through the first 2 rounds of this playoffs. He was like, it was maybe quiet in the first round. You didn't need a lot, 17-8 against Phoenix, but then he was averaging 20-10 against the Lakers on incredible efficiency. And now 11-6 against San Antonio here. And through 120 minutes over 4 games, he's blocked 3 shots. So you're like, there's not even an impact Chet Holmgren defensively, let alone taking forever to get that 3-pointer up, which he always he goes and loads it up, and then he puts it on the ground. Because it's you're right, it takes too long. They've closed out. Now, half the time you could still shoot it over the guy.
Yeah, it's
but he decides
Devin Vassell.
To pull it out. Yeah.
No confidence.
Yeah,
and he doesn't want to let it go quick. This seems to be the mentality of this team. We're going to slow play it. That's what Shea is. So he kind of plays through all of his passes and the options he's got on the floor. But especially with Luke Kornet on the floor. He could have just let it go over Devin Vassell or whoever. Just let it go. I mean, he did some good things, but it is surprising to see that. Again, he's got a height advantage over a lot of guys he could shoot over, so just do that. That seems to be would be the answer.
Back to Devin Vassell, though. I'm glad you showed him some love because he had 11 first half points that, like, you could, I don't know, safe to say almost were badly required points in the first half because it's not like the Spurs were lighting up the Thunder in the first half either. I know they had a nice little run at the end capped off by the Wemby 3, but it was like a 5-point game when the Thunder were shooting garbage. The Spurs weren't shooting much better. This was a dog fight. You know, there's obviously a lot of contact being allowed, especially out on the perimeter. But he, you know, again, contributed 11 points there. Like all of those needed to help them get that lead in the first half, and then he's bringing it everywhere. This guy is so much fun. I think Ziller wrote this morning, Vassell is locked in and plays with a certain joy that meshes well with the intensity of Wembanyama and Castle. I bring that up because on our live stream last night, Trey, you were like, Devin Vassell is never not smiling.
He's always smiling.
Yeah. And I think he does like pair nicely with those guys who are a little more seriously in the bombastic nature of Keldon Johnson and maybe like the more like cool of Dylan Harper, let's say. I don't know, Fox is sort of a chill guy, professional chill, Ziller called him. So anyway, it's a great chemistry they got going. He's like a perfect little, the smiley, happy guy that's just bringing it on both ends in Vassell. It's really well.
Yeah, he's just it feels like he's grateful to finally be in the playoffs after playing 6 seasons in San Antonio, and a lot of them were going nowhere until Wemby shows up, and it's like, okay, I figured out how to fit in here. Same with Keldon Johnson. He has not been good at all in these playoffs. He's up there for the most disappointing Spur, but other people are showing up and performing. Fox coming back, the guy's not putting up huge stats, but the huge stats he's putting up are in the turnover department. Fewest turnovers for San Antonio last night, 15 and 13 in these last 2 games with Fox back.
Yeah.
And they were turning the ball over 20 plus times in games 1 and 2. So that has been a huge change. San Antonio didn't even get to 40% from the field in this one. Shot under 30% from 3 and blew out the Thunder because the defense was so good. And even though they're missing, at least they're getting shots up. That's important.
Yeah, they completed that first quarter, unlike what they did in Game 3 when they got up big in the first quarter and they allowed OKC to come back. Only turning it over once in the entire first quarter, assisting on each one of their buckets in the first quarter. Didn't have one that was unassisted.
Wemby at the rim more often than he was in Game 3. I mean, he had like 2 lobs in the first quarter. They had one entirely in Game 1.
Yeah, it was totally different.
Game 3,
yeah, so they kept it going. They're giving the Jackals what they deserve, a win there in San Antonio. And yeah, the blocks, I mean, each one of their starters had blocks, at least one. And I thought Devin Vassell and the job he did against Jared McCain to not allow him to get going, just to stay and wait, body him. And Jared McCain did a way better job in Game 3 of just throwing it up when he needed to. He scored over Wemby in Game 3. Vassell did a great job of just bodying and waiting for him to go up and blocking his shot. So that really helped their entire starting lineup. Again, doing everything. And also Stephon Castle committing only 1 turnover in this game as he's toned that down the last couple games.
Well,
big time.
Gets to be off the ball a little bit more, obviously, with Fox operating things. Yeah, the defensive game plan, they executed it perfectly. You know, the decision, what they were doing with Shea, obviously take Caruso out of this game. Like, look at his shot attempts in this series. 19 in Game 1, 7 in Game 2, 7 in Game 3. Caruso shot once in Game 4. Like, that is an unbelievable commitment to obviously keeping a body close to him, trying to take him out. And then guys like Jalen Williams, the big one, Aaron Wiggins, they missed a ton of threes in this. Jared McCain, you guys talked about, he was flat out horrible after making the thumbnail in Game 3. What a drop-off. Game 3 thumbnail to brutal in Game 4. You hate to see it.
Yeah. You got Kenrich Williams hitting the most threes for your team.
He was probably their best 2-way player off the bench, which you don't probably want at Game 4 at this point. But they're short guys.
Isaiah Joe hit a couple too. They both had 2. But I just wonder, and I assume that's why Mark Daigneault played all those guys in the fourth quarter and left Shea on the floor just to get them handling the ball and feel more comfortable. And Isaiah Joe looking up to the heavens after finally hitting his shot. He didn't look at the nuns. He was just looking up at the heavens after he hit us because they need somebody to get it going, period. And is Game 5 a possibility for those 2 guys in Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell? I don't know,
man.
That's my
hamstring
concern.
With J-Dub, who's obviously had that all year. And then the calf strain for AJ Mitchell. These are not like, you know, a hand or a wrist or something you can sort of power through. These are unfortunately tough injuries for basketball players. So I don't know. And I don't know if they can win without at least one of those guys, but I still go to J-Dub. I've been saying it all season. I don't think they can win the title again without him. I think we just forget because they put up a great regular season record without him for a good majority. But I don't know. We have a short memory when it comes to what that guy did in last year's postseason and just his two-way play and how elite he is. So I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back. I have no idea. I guess if I'm a betting man, I don't think he's back for Game 5, but I got no clue, TK.
Yeah, literally, who knows? It feels like it'll be Tass is going to have to update his injury report at what's the last time? 5 o'clock?
Before the game. Yeah. Literally
we'll know.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if they're not playing, I don't think that OKC can win the series, assuming they sit 5, 6, and 7, because so far San Antonio has the best player. They do. Wemby has outplayed Shea. Shea's under 40% from the field in this series. Hasn't really caught a rhythm. You have to imagine he's due for a big game. But Wemby, the Spurs win when he's on the court. And they are extending his minutes. He played longer stints last night. So the longer he's out there, the better chance San Antonio has to build a lead. He's a plus 50 through the first 4 games of this series. And if there's not a second guy alongside SGA, it becomes really, really tough because the Spurs also play defense. That's the big thing. It's like they have the best defender out there as well, and then the best offensive player so far.
Yeah, crazy fact from Tom Habistro I saw this morning. We literally have not seen OKC's top 3 players, SGA, Chet, and J-Dub, versus the Spurs' top 3 players in Wemby, Fox, and Castle, if we go with those 3, at any point in this series. Just the obviously the impact injuries have had on both sides, but now leaning more, unfortunately for Thunder fans, towards their squad here, where those main guys are missing. So, yeah, I'd love to see at this point in a pivotal Game 5. Man, it'd be great if we had full squads here.
Yep.
Even if they're all banged up, let's give it a go. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not confident both of them at the very least are playing with these injuries.
Yeah, same.
Otherwise, I feel like they would. I understand you're up 2-1, so you're trying to like maybe buy yourself a couple more days between games because you got the lead. But this is a tight series here.
Yep.
Is it
Anything
a good
else?
sign that Jalen Williams was standing beside the bench and not sitting? Does that mean his hamstring is stronger? No idea.
I don't know. He's always in pajama pants.
Yeah, super
Always.
comfortable. Guy.
Yeah.
Super comfy guy.
Good for resting, I guess. No pressure. Maybe he's standing up because he doesn't want to bend his legs so much. Maybe it's bad. I don't know.
Exactly. A guy speaking like you are from a guy who gets cramps sitting down.
Totally.
Maybe that's why he's standing.
Yeah.
Possible.
Keep that
Those legs
hamstring.
extended.
Was AJ Mitchell on the bench? I can't even remember.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
wearing like all gray.
It was there.
Yeah, he had a lot of sweats on.
Right.
He was
I don't-
there.
Other thing that stuck out to me, very fast game. I thought the Spurs were flying up and
Yeah.
down the court in this
they
one.
pushed it.
Fastest pace of the series so far. Easier to score against OKC if they don't set up their defense. I thought Castles was really instrumental in that, especially in that third quarter. He looked like the fastest kid alive out there.
Yeah, man.
They could not catch him.
Yeah, that's why they looked like the most like they did when they beat them 4 out of 5 times this year.
Yeah.
Because of the pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. They also look like the Thunder, if we're being honest, when they're creating all these turnovers and pushing it for easy, quick transition scores. But it's the Thunder with also Wemby, who at times has just figured out, which is really scary for the rest of the league. He's like, oh, okay, they've sort of stopped me on my action here. Looks at the backboard and he goes, well, I'll just chuck it off the backboard.
Yes.
And I'll just go and get it. I'll just beat everybody to it. I'll throw it high enough and I'll just go get it. Whether then he scores off that or not, still a work in progress. But I mean, he should just start. Like, they might have to change the rules. What I'm getting at here, if he starts doing this like 20 times a game,
Yeah.
like what do you sort of do?
Yeah.
Because he's starting to figure it out. He gets around there. He's like, okay, they've stopped me, and now I'll just literally just chuck it off the glass and go get it. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
And he's 22.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
33,
Honestly
8 and 5
amazing.
stocks, and we'll get to him and Woe Boy, but he was his usual brilliant self, and he played with that obviously energy and that physical force from the jump because he knew they had to win this.
No doubt.
Any other X's and O's or sort of Game 5 thoughts before we get into the random notes? We got a lot of random notes from this one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. JD,
Yeah.
random notes.
Random.
Let's start with the nuns.
Let's start with the nuns.
You guys probably remember the Catholic nuns who used to show up at some of these playoff games. We've seen them before, or big games. Well, they're back for Game 4. There they are. They got more camera time than the ladies behind Mitch Johnson last night. The Salesian sisters, a.k.a. the Spurs nuns. The 4 of them there. Great seats. Love to see it. And they decided pregame to bless devout Catholic Luke Kornet. This was an incredible catch by the cameras here as they It worked too. Luke Kornet, I think, had his best game of the
Easily
series.
his best game. Series high in points and rebounds.
Yeah, and like they didn't
blessing.
get destroyed in the non-Wemby. I mean,
That's
they're
right,
better when he's
yeah.
out there, but not destroyed or anything. So, yeah, wow. Spurs nuns. They're talking about flying them to OKC for Game 5.
Oh, the Flying Nuns?
Yeah. Now I don't know if that's like, are they joking when they're saying this, or are they literally going to bring them? They should.
Yeah, I mean, Sister Jean traveled all the time for Loyola Marymount
Yeah,
or whatever.
right.
Loyola Chicago, I suppose.
It was funny how they showed that, the blessing. Then it went to Luke Kornet live play, a block. And they said, well, it's working. And then they went to the other side and it went off him dropping it out of bounds.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, maybe we got to take that back. Maybe they needed a different form of blessing.
A lot of people are wondering, though, if we do get Spurs and Knicks in the NBA Finals, Knicks, we're pretty confident they're going through, but we'll see if the Spurs can get there. Will the power of the Spurs nuns be able to overcome the Danhausen curse? That's what we're going to find out.
Everybody's talking
What a
about
matchup.
it.
Man,
Yeah.
I mean, it's 4-on-1, but Danhausen, very powerful in the dark arts. So we'll see. But I'm looking ahead there. It's got to get there first, the Spurs.
Is San Antonio flying out the big-breasted women as well?
Honestly, I mean,
This is amazing.
what?
It's so funny.
Imagine being in the broadcast booth for that one, JD, or in the truck. I mean, you got two options. Are we going to the nuns or are we going to the big-breasted women? What are we doing here?
Nuns.
Well,
for sure.
they both got some camera time.
Yeah, they definitely did.
For
It is the thing that I'm wondering, as you said, are they going to fly them there or are they going to drive? Are nuns more likely to get in a car and drive versus fly?
Wow.
That's
I
my
don't
big
know.
predicament.
A distance, tough to know. Tough to know.
Why? But why?
I don't know. It just feels like they'd be more.
You're closer to
more
God when you're on
ground-bound.
the plane.
That's a great way to put it. So true.
Sure.
So true.
Sure.
What a counter. Hey, you didn't think of that.
No, I never thought about the sky being closer to God.
All right, let's show you Reggie's zoot suit. A lot of people saying he looked like a Dick Tracy character or the mask.
Why'd you say it like that, bro?
Oh, I don't know.
You said Dick Tracy.
Sorry. I'm a big Dick Tracy guy. What do you think? Reggie's look here.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
He's got a skeleton look to him, I think.
Yeah.
With the long-limbedness.
Like Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
But man, he does have broad, pointy shoulders. That's the Dick influence.
So, okay, that was a look. But anyway, Reggie got super excited when they showed him Reggie Minion. They showed him this in pregame. He popped like you wouldn't believe. And then they showed it again during the game. And he loved it even more. How much his kids are going to love it. Cheryl there on the left. Minion Cheryl.
Minion Cheryl.
Yeah. And Reggie was, he just said, my kids will think this is the most incredible thing ever. So, yeah.
While they showed it during the game, Jamal Crawford was staring at him, looking at him like, I don't know. He was kind of
They did a split screen,
evaluating.
didn't they? Of Reggie and the Minion.
Oh, yeah. With hair here. How do you feel about the hair?
They do give
being-
him a little hair, huh?
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. I find that
Yeah.
a little weird.
Yeah,
Just to make him look
it's
different
good.
than
Yeah,
other
it's good.
minions. I don't know. This doesn't have hair, really.
Spike Lee, though, makes for a natural minion.
Oh, I didn't even
Yep.
say him. Yeah, that's true. That's the funny part. Spike and Cheryl are, they're more recognizable minions to me than that telling me that's Reggie.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like, okay, I guess that's Reggie. Sure. Put a zoot
Reggie
suit on him.
Minion.
Put a Dick Tracy suit on him. Hey, we got something. All right, so that's Reggie. Some
Reggie the
fans.
Minion.
Let's talk about the fans last night.
okay.
And not the big-breasted women or the nuns. How about this Spurs fan with his shirt off early in the game? This is when they had the hot start, but man, that shirt came off. Broadcast caught him. I think he was going to wave it around his head like a helicopter.
Definitely.
So there you go.
That's Leo DiCaprio, right? Like 30 years ago, Leo.
It's young Leo?
Tass,
you ever taken your shirt off at a sporting event?
Thanks for
have a
thanks for
Leo look,
asking.
yeah.
No.
No. TK?
I don't think I have
Feels
either.
like something you would have
Yeah,
done.
I definitely would.
Yeah. I don't think I have either. Which
I totally forgot about the Mississauga Ice Dogs.
let's go. I knew you'd have a story.
The Ontario Hockey League.
You were at a game.
We went to several games.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When Don Cherry used to own
Yeah.
the Ice Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the guys did.
You would take the shirt off?
All the guys would. We would put Ice Dogs on our chest.
Come on.
With an exclamation point at the end if there was 8 of us.
Wow, you had too many guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Could
Or if we had, 5 of us, we'd just go dogs.
Nuns.
With an exclamation
could you
point.
accidentally spell anything wrong? Ice dogs. Somebody do the work for me. I mean, dig. I know you can
Ice
spell
gods.
dig. Ice gods. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you,
Switch seats.
I mean, you could spell it wrong when you switch seats by accident.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom and whoops.
All right, good. I'm glad
Yeah.
I asked.
Ice dogs.
Sog die. Sog dies. I'm just thinking.
Keep thinking.
Side gods.
How about this?
Spelling bee.
How about this guy sitting courtside? We didn't see a lot of him on the broadcast, but they caught him early. He's in a Steph Curry Warriors jersey, but he has used some cardboard and a marker to, I guess, turn it into a Spurs jersey. This is weird.
This is weird.
This is extremely weird.
I can't wear a Steph Curry jersey to the game, but I gotta wear a jersey to the game. Does anybody have tape?
Yeah. Tass, you ever done that? Did you do that at the Mississauga Ice Dogs game?
Totally forgot about the Mississauga.
Were you
Ice
wearing a
Dogs.
Marley's
so did
jersey
I.
and had to turn it into an ice dog?
Marlins.
No? Okay.
No,
Anyway,
no.
that's
Did anybody tape over their Vince Carter jersey into a farter or anything like that?
No.
I'm trying to think if any of us did. No, I didn't.
No.
But that's one thing. You've seen that. You've seen
Yeah.
on the back, change the number with masking tape.
Steph.
This, he used cardboard. He made a jersey, a cardboard jersey. That's different.
That's different.
But maybe he spent all his money on great seats and he's like, oh, I don't have nothing left
Got
to buy a
nothing to wear.
jersey. Yeah. Okay.
The logo looks good. You did a good job of drawing the logo.
Okay. That should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to do that. I'm sorry.
Look at the photo he got, though. Just a close-up photo of Aaron Wiggins' face.
Yes.
He's posting that one. Look how mad this guy
I
is.
hope so. All right. And then final, call it fan, I guess. Alien Dude. In the, was he in the Jackals section? Yes, he was.
He was at the top of the
Yes.
Jackals, it looked like.
We saw him a couple times on the broadcast. It's creepy. He's got a fascinating look. Obviously, the green face paint and the accessories. A lot going on with the nose.
I
and
don't
the
like the
lips.
nose at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the scariest part.
Yeah. And then he's like seemed to have painted in a chin strap beard, but he has a little bit also of it's a lot, but
It's a lot.
dedication.
Look, I love the Jackals.
So do I.
In general, I wonder, just speaking practical things happening here, do they have to put stuff through a metal detector in general? Because he's got a lot of stuff around his neck.
True.
A lot of stuff. I'm just wondering. Let us know.
Wasn't that an issue when
Frost-
we were at the game in Austin? Am I misremembering, or like some
Who
of the
was the
Jackals were saying they couldn't bring something in? Was it just signs?
Well, there was one Jackal. Oh, yeah, maybe it was I thought it was just the sign.
Okay. And because we were in Austin and not San Antonio, they were like, no, you're not allowed
They're
to be
not
allowed
as
to bring that in.
well-known
Yeah.
He had to take
It's not their
it.
natural habitat.
What did that Jackal have to do? He had to leave with his sign.
Yeah.
It was Nacho, right? It was my guy Nacho.
Was it Nacho?
Right?
Jesus,
On
you don't
Spurs
know Nacho?
Yeah. They wouldn't let him dip.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what it was. But they were having problems. I saw there was also a fan sitting courtside for the Spurs who had like a little Academy Award Oscar trophy
Yes.
and would hold it up every time Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was falling
That was
over.
funny.
Funny.
I thought, yeah,
Good prop.
there was another young fan. You could only see the back of his head, but you saw he was smaller. You saw the braids on the back of his head. And when Shea fell in front of him, he drew a foul and fell right in front of him. The kid just shook his head. Oh, no, that's not a
Disgusting.
foul.
Disgusting.
And Shea stayed there like literally for a good 5 seconds. Then he decided, I'm gonna wag my finger. Now that wasn't a foul. Great job by the kid. I thought the kids were great. There was also a kid with the Jackals that was covering his ear, and I thought, okay, it's just loud in there.
Oh, it was
but,
loud.
But he was doing something with an earbud. That kid was listening to something on one earbud. Was he listening to play-by-play?
The radio.
Was he listening to music? I wonder. And while the Jackals were doing their thing, somebody emailed us in. It was Vinny. He said, I went to the Jackals cheering MVP for Wemby. They were cheering Wemvp.
Yeah.
Were they? Okay.
Tough
Sure,
to
I
come
believe it,
across
yeah.
on the broadcast, though. But
Yeah.
you're right.
But yeah, me and Vinny do the same stuff. He's an in-arena broadcast guy, getting everything from the broadcast, not just your standard commercials.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, me and Vin.
And then finally, we had the blood incident of Game 4. Took a while with
Man,
Chet
yeah.
Holmgren cutting his finger on the backboard. I mean, it was pretty impressive camera work to show us where he actually cut it. And This guy, I don't know, he hit an artery or something. This guy wouldn't stop bleeding.
Really gushing.
Got it everywhere. It was all over the floor. They had to clean up. You can see some spots there on Keldon Johnson's jersey. They spot treated that. That was nice. And then, tell me a time you've seen blood on the backboard.
That's cool.
I mean, wow. There it is. I mean, that's where he did it. And I think they did clean it, though, too, didn't they? So, yeah, that just took a long time.
That was a long time to clean up that finger, get that thing taped up. And then they're like, oh, man, we got to clean up every single drop on the floor.
I know.
Came out with a special spray, not just a wipe. You got to spray. They did it all.
Any other random notes?
We got the Harrison Barnes peanut butter sandwich clip, I believe.
I didn't pull that.
No, but that was pretty funny when Harrison Barnes got smashed in between Hartenstein and Dort. I don't know. It was between Dort and a big guy, between a Dort and a hard place for sure. And Reggie goes, "Oh, he got peanut butter and jelly sandwich."
He was really. He
got sandwiched, no doubt about it.
That was a good one.
Yeah, is a peanut butter and jelly like? Do you think of that when somebody says sandwich to you? Is that the first thing you think of?
Well, no, because there should be two then guys in between the sandwich.
I kind of agree. Yeah,
somebody should be peanut butter and somebody should be jelly.
That was more of a grilled cheese.
Just a cheeser.
That's a grilled cheese.
Yep.
Gotta agree.
They brought out Mark Henry for a bit.
Yes.
He, I guess, a fake Rumble the Bison was messing with the Spurs Coyote. The music changes. Mark Henry walks out of the crowd, and it's fake Rumble the Bison in the stomach with a chair and steps on him.
Right.
Basically. He didn't even do a move. I was a little disappointed from Sexual Chocolate.
What did you want to see?
What kind of move do you want Mark Henry to do?
I want, like the strongest man in the world, I want him to lift up the fake mascot for sure.
Yeah, but he's going to lift him up. Where's he going to put him? Just chuck him on the ground?
Yeah.
The hard one?
Yeah. He's wearing pads.
They can bring out one of those pads that they, for like the jumpers, the dunkers.
Right.
Yeah. You can body slam him on that. Okay.
Mat for sure.
Yeah, the mat. Okay.
That would be the move.
That would be the move. And my last note, it happened to Champagny a couple of times. Missing a shot from the corner off the side of the backboard is the most embarrassing miss there is in basketball. It's worse than an air ball. It's worse than a wedgie. And he had one that went off the side and one that went off the corner, which for me is a Paul George when you hit the corner hit the corner from the corner. But it looks so bad.
He went and got one.
Yeah.
He went the offensive rebound of a board off the corner. It looks terrible.
Keldon Johnson hit the side of the backboard on one shot in one corner, and then you're right, Champagny hit it on the other side.
Sure.
And as we said on the live stream last night, shout out to everybody that joined us, like there was, if you count those as air balls, I know they're a little different, but they are absolute brutal misses. There were like 6 total, again, let's call them air balls, whether you completely missed the rim in the backboard or you hit the side of the backboard. There's a lot of clanks on both sides. And again, that's credit to the defense on both sides. There are just so many athletic, locked in as a team and individual defenders up on these guys. There is not a lot of time to get these shots off. So yeah, the shooting was the rough across the board there. But obviously much worse for the Thunder, only hitting, what was it? 82, what did I say? 82 points? That's wild, man. They had 76 points from their bench in game 3.
Yeah.
They had 82 total in game 4.
Yeah, the three's obviously not falling. A lot of it, great defense.
Yeah.
What's wild is that you see a team shoot 6 of 33 from 3, and the Spurs only hit 3 more than them.
Yeah.
They didn't shoot all that well either, 9 of 33. That wasn't the difference. It was just overall the defense, obviously, taking away everything.
And my final note, this is from Sports Media Watch. The Western Conference Finals has been tied 2-2 just 4 times since 2010.
Okay.
That caught me by surprise. I was like, that's it? 2012, 2014, 2018, and now 2026. Here's the real note. 3 of those 4 were Spurs-Thunder series. So only one other Western Conference Finals series since 2010 has been tied at 2-2 that didn't involve the Spurs and Thunder. That's crazy.
Surprising.
Yeah. So just a little fact there.
Nice.
But we got a pivotal game 5 on Tuesday. So very excited. And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about that on tomorrow's show when we set it up. Let's get to the other game from the weekend. Jalen Brunson scored 30 points as the Knicks, moved within 1 game of their first NBA Finals appearance since '99 with the 121-108 victory over the Cavs on Saturday night. New York is the 10th team in NBA history to win at least 10 straight during a postseason run. The last team to do it was the Celtics, who went on a 10-game run on their way to the 2024 title. It's got people wondering, are the Knicks the 24 Celtics here, or are they more like the 03 Nets, who also ripped off a 10-game playoff win streak before falling in the finals to Duncan's Spurs in a 6-game contest there? I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Yeah.
It's 3-0 Knicks, unless you ask Kenny Atkinson. Then it's Cavs up 2-1 with Cleveland analytically having won 2 of the last 3 games. So it depends how you look at it. It's either 3-0 Knicks or 2-1 Cavs.
Well, it sure is 3-0 Knicks.
Okay.
I mean, the way the Cavs started Game
indeed.
3 was truly disappointing defensively. The season's on the line. That was extremely disappointing to see a drive from Mikal Bridges into the chest of Dean Wade and just allowing him to hit a shot, and then Mikal Bridges barking. This is in Cleveland, barking, going back. And then Cat, this is just the third possession of the game. Cat in the post. We all know that he's passing to Jalen Brunson, who's coming down the lane, and Jared Allen is giving the room off Josh Hart. So he's got lots of space to be able to block Jalen Brunson. Didn't really go affect the shot at all. So the first half, I thought, yeah, the Knicks were taking advantage of the Cleveland guards as well, and both Harden and Mitchell. I thought, okay, that's how you start the first half. What are you going to do to start the third quarter? Coming out. This is literally the season's on the line.
It's on the line.
We all know that. It was even asked to Evan Mobley during the game. I mean, Lisa Salters, the season's on the line here too. Everybody knows it. And then to start the third quarter, I mentioned the guards because that's where Harden got destroyed. They set a pick on him to try and throw him off. It did. OG hits a 3. And then Harden lost Bridges under the rim twice. He just goes and plays free safety and just forgets about Mikal Bridges. Yeah. 2 buckets there. And then he lost OG on another layup. That's when my father-in-law started texting me. He goes, "Why is Harden so slow?" I said, "Well, he's older." But the question comes out after going down 3-0 for me. Will the Harden and Mitchell defense go forward like this? Because it's an issue. It's an issue to have. It was always the issue. Mitchell and Garland as too small. Now you bring in Harden, who's not going to be better next year if he picks up his player option or they sign him to a long-term deal. I don't think LeBron coming back to Cleveland is going to solve that as their number 3. But really, they just allowed that to happen throughout the game.
You're just disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, season on the line. I know they win at Harden specifically to make him tired, and he was doing other things on the floor, but he was gassed and not playing. Leaving Mikal Bridges in that third quarter, that was tough to watch. Getting picked off, sure. Leaving Mikal Bridges for no reason, that was tough to watch.
Yeah, the Knicks definitely look fresher than the Cavaliers at this point,
Yes.
and that's a big part of this series, I think. In addition to the Cavs just missing a lot of shots, and we'll get into that, I'm sure. But the Cavs have been playing every other day since Game 5 of their first round series against the Raptors. So they've played a lot of games compared to the Knicks. I think it's like 13 games since late April. Knicks have played in 8 in that span. They took care of business. They got rest. They're obviously using some of their bench, and they just look fresh. And I love how they approach this game. The flip side of this, you said you were disappointed in the Cavs. The Knicks are like looking at it like, oh my God, look what's going on out west. Look how we are rolling right now. Keep putting these series to bed as quickly as possible. This is working for like a bit of an older team in them. So yeah, they were just great. We can go through all the guys that performed here in Game 3, but they are just like, they are peaking at the right time, of course, as we get close to the finals. Yeah.
They basically played 6 guys in this game, and everybody scored in double digits. The synergy between all of them is kind of perfect. It's like Bridges knows where to get his shots now. You're going to score in transition. Sometimes you're going to have a favorable matchup and you can get into the mid-range. OG, you're going to shoot wide open threes, and you're going to score on back cuts, and he does it. Towns was scoring in the post, hitting threes, driving. Brunson's doing his thing. You could just tell they were locked in from Towns giving his first quarter interview where he went tough guy mode. He was in his lower voice register. He was asked about scoring 37 points, coming out with desperation. He's like, yeah, we just got to find some more desperation. I was like, oh, okay, I see. This is the kind of game we're getting from Karl Anthony Towns. They asked him about how they were able to score so many in the first half. He says, actually, it's the 27 points that we gave up that pisses me off. I was like, okay, tough guy Towns is out. They ain't going to blow this game. The Knicks looked like they were playing on 1.25 speed. It felt like to me 17-4 in the fast break points department. Cleveland didn't get a fast break point until the fourth quarter. The Knicks know they're dominating this series, and they're just not giving Cleveland a chance to breathe. So far in 4 games, the Knicks, who are not Jalen Brunson, are shooting 40.5% from 3. They're making them if they're open. All the Cavs are shooting 29.4% from 3. That's the whole series right there. Cleveland is chucking threes. They can't make them, and that's the only chance they really have.
Yeah, and the Cavs definitely have generated and missed good looks, both in New York and Cleveland, but the Knicks defense deserves credit here in keeping the Cavs out of transition, like you said, Trey, and closing off the paint. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a make or miss game and series at times, but the other things is all the defense from the Knicks, who've been elite on that end and are on a string. And Landry Shamet, man, awesome in game 3, coming off the bench, one of those role players, 4 3-pointers, including 3 in the second half. And that's also when Brunson went for 21 of his game high, 31 points after halftime, after Bridges and OG sort of did the heavy lifting early. Yeah, this team is they are peaking at the perfect time right now. They have won 10 straight postseason games. 9 of 11 playoff wins have been by double digits. Their 2 losses were by a total of 2 points.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's very close to being basically undefeated all the way through. And people are just going, well, is this the crappy Eastern Conference or is this like a legit elite Knicks team? Where does it fall on the spectrum here? Well, we're going to find out next week, when they're playing in the NBA Finals versus obviously a good team in either the Spurs or Thunder. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be one of those Western Conference teams waxing this Knicks team. I just don't, the way they're playing and the confidence they have. I think it'll be competitive, but I'm getting ahead of myself again, Tass. I can't help it, man.
Yeah, I think an issue that the Knicks will have, just like they had coming into this series, is too much time off. Because they didn't start game 1 all that well at all. They could have been knocked off. I guess that's a game they won analytically, the Cleveland Cavaliers specifically.
Yeah.
So that's an issue.
Well, that's the one they should have won when they're up 22 points. Yes.
Yeah.
That was the whole series.
And that was the series. Exactly. We said it.
So that's the issue, I think.
And it feels like the Cavs players know that.
Yep.
Like they were even talking about it. I think Mitchell addressed it. Like, we sort of had to win that game.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Should have done that.
Should have guarded that guy with a different guy. That was the problem in the fourth quarter there. But
they might be rusty, I guess, if they have like a week plus off here.
They did not look good in game 1 offensively. Jalen Brunson bailed them out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but
Big
also, time. I don't care. I think I'm going to take the rest over it in the end. Like, again, this is not a young, spry team. Like, get these guys. Get Brunson. Get OG, who's been banged up. Get even Cat the way he plays. So, I mean, I think the trade-off, you're going to take the long break, honestly, personally, if you're the Knicks. Like, they're going to approach this game 4 tonight like, end this now. Do not play around with our food because this is working for us. These breaks, so to speak, between series.
Yeah, but you're not playing against the Cavs anymore. You're not playing. It's going to be way different. It's hard not to think of, the Celtics go into the finals 2 years ago, but they're playing against a Mavs team. They were gassed on that end. So maybe the Thunder or Spurs could be gassed.
Look at the Thunder. I mean, the Thunder and Spurs are banging each other up nonstop, and half their guys are injured. So that's in favor of the Knicks for sure. TBD. But anyway, Knicks coach Mike Brown, the guy was hired for 2 reasons, and they're going perfectly, like hand in hand. 1, get this team to the NBA Finals. They're 1 win away. That'll be happening either tonight or obviously a little bit later this week. And then 2, keep the starters fresh and try and develop some guys off the bench. And you're right, TK, it's a short rotation, but they've obviously, they hope to play Mitchell Robinson a lot more in this series. And if he could hit free throws, he's probably out there a little bit more. But the Shamet of it all is a great uncovering here.
Yeah, but I mean, Tibbs did that too. He didn't play Shamet at all until the playoffs. And then it's like, wait a second, Shamet can play? He was huge last night, had 11 in the fourth quarter, 3 of them threes when the game was still kind of in the balance. I don't think the Knicks are playing a lot more guys, but the synergy between the starting lineup is so much better.
They played them more in the regular season, is my point. The minutes were way down. Josh Hart led the league in minutes played. He played like 6 less minutes.
Yeah,
but I think they look fresher.
They look fresh because they played 8 times in a month.
Yeah,
I think that's the key.
Their offense is awesome now.
Yeah, their defense is awesome.
Yeah.
Cleveland can't score.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing that we come into this season, and I've always wondered whether Cat at the 5 can just lead a great team. And I think getting Cat more involved in the offense, even if he's not scoring a ton, just strictly having the ball in his hands, elevates his defensive game. Now we're at a point where we say Karl Anthony Towns is a really good defender because he is affecting every shot out there. Along with everybody else, they are playing their best basketball. Period.
So do you have any hope that the Cavs can extend this series?
Yeah, well, we saw the Golden State Warriors go into Cleveland. They looked like they were going to sweep them when they went up 3-0, and then the Cavs bombed away, and they hit whatever it was, 24 threes. So they won that game. I'm flashing back because that's kind of the hope. As Trey alluded to, they got to hit their threes. They got to splash, and they haven't been splashing. So, yeah, they can. And that still means it's a week off, essentially, for the Knicks if they finish it off in 5 games, which it sure feels that way, because game 1 of the NBA Finals is going to be on Wednesday, June 3rd, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. That's not moving.
That's not moving. So,
It's not moving.
So they either get 8 days off, or I'm not doing my math well. Either way,
They're getting a break.
They're getting a long break. So yeah, that's all. It would just be a shootout.
It would have to
We're
be a
feeling
hot shooting
good.
night. So far, Cleveland has taken 30 more 3-pointers than New York has through 3 games. That's 10 per game. The Knicks give up a lot of threes. They give them up to the guys they want to give them up to, but they do allow a lot of 3-point attempts. But so far, Cleveland is shooting under 30% from 3. Mm-hmm. If they shoot 45% tonight, they extend the series. I think it's over.
Yeah, I saw this stat from Schumann. The league average for efficiency in these playoffs is a 111.6 points per scored per 100 possessions. The Cavs are 8-0 when they've scored more efficiently than that league average mark here in the postseason, and they're 0-9 when they scored less efficiently than that mark. So they need an above average offensive game here to maybe extend the series. But I will not be taking Cleveland. I think the Knicks are just too locked in and love this game plan of get all the rest we can and just put them to bed. And I just the fight you saw in game 3. It's why is there going to be any more fight in game 4? I don't know. That was the series, as we said. So I'll take the Knicks tonight, whether Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are there again or not.
They went, huh?
Yeah, that was the big random note.
Yeah.
It's not
Travis,
even a random note.
as Richard Jefferson continuously said, Travis Kelce and his girlfriend.
Yes,
Right. Wouldn't call her Taylor Swift.
I did see that LeBron posted a photo of them to his Instagram stories.
Oh.
People are saying he's telegraphing his return to
I
Cleveland.
did. What a weird thing for him to post. It's sort of strange.
Yeah, I mean, he's a famous guy. He likes other famous guys.
I guess.
The other famous people in the crowd were Casey Concepcion, he plays for the Browns, and Fetty Wap.
Oh, 1738.
He was the halftime show.
Okay. On game 3.
Nice.
It was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable halftime show. One other random note. Mitchell Robinson got a ball in the face when Jose Alvarado shuffled a pass to him. And this was the perfect opportunity to have him mic'd up like he was mic'd up for game 2. But he wasn't. I mean, he would have been yelling.
We should just mic him up all the time.
Yeah, he's so good.
Stop sharing the mics. Find the guys who are amazing on the mics and just mic them up every game.
Yeah.
You know you're getting gold.
It's no sweat for Mitchell Robinson to have a mic sewn into his jersey. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
No sweat.
All right, that's the Knicks Cavs series. Let's hear in the stream team if you think it's over tonight, or do the Cavs have a little fight left in them? I really want them to get swept, but still win the game analytically. Kenny Atkinson.
Another analytical win. Sweep them analytically, maybe. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, he wasn't even asked that. He just kind of took it there. He took the
That
answer
was
there.
absolutely stupid.
Yeah, it was dumb.
You're right. He did that to himself.
Yeah.
They gave him the shovel, and he's like, "I'll bury myself with this one."
I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna talk.
We even know what you're saying, Kenny. You are just saying, "Hey, we got
We're
good
getting
looks.
good shots.
We got to hit them." Of course. But the way he said it, man, to say analytically, we've won 2 or 3 games. No. All right, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, some All NBA team talk.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. Here's a funny one they got going right now. A first quarter 4-legger that they're calling Stars Start Fast.
Okay.
Stars Start Fast. These are all first quarter point totals. James Harden, 6 or more.
Nope.
Well, sorry.
Parlay's dead.
But imagine he hits 2 threes. Towns, 6 or more.
I'm a little more in on that, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mitchell, 8 or more.
I guess if you got to take one, maybe you're taking Mitchell. 8 is it's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points for a first quarter.
Brunson, 8 or more.
No, he's generally a slow starter. Yeah.
No one's winning that parlay.
Yeah, but if you did, plus 25.33.
Wow.
2533.
No wonder it pays that well.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
Harden first quarter, 6 points. Nope. They got some Knicks-centric ones that's called the Road Warriors, and they have a Cavs-centric one, which made me feel bad. It was just called Avoid the Broom. And it was like
Whoa.
The Cavs money line plus, some other performances as well. Avoid the Broom.
I'm leaning Knicks winning by double digits again.
You're a Road Warrior.
Yeah, I'm a road warrior.
There you go.
Come on, man. This team is rolling right now.
They're rolling right now.
You bet against them.
They got more options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA. Play your game.
Play your game. Hey, before we get into the all NBA teams, I know, I don't know about Tass, but I know two of you went and saw the Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu movie this weekend. JD and Trey. Tass, did you see it?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, good. Nor did I. Quick review.
It's a no for me, dog. It's a big thumbs down.
Yeah, boring.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. I got love for Grogu. He got in some good shenanigans, but not very exciting.
No.
Bit of a slog.
JD, your assessment.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nice.
Wow.
2 thumbs down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear what Esh thinks as a
Yeah.
Star Wars guy.
Well, this is inside baseball, but I just saw Chris Nelson.
Yeah.
He used to do graphics for us. He was a PA. The
Big movie
Starters.
guy. Big movie
guy. He reviews movies. What do you think he rated it?
I mean, his kids loved it, and he probably hated it. I mean,
Well, hold on.
know,
I should also say that Chris Nelson has a Yoda hat. Like he was a Star Wars.
I forgot
freak.
about that. So maybe he liked it more, 6 or 7.
He gave it a 5.
Oh, okay.
So that
Says
tells
everything.
me
That means it's
everything.
absolute garbage.
yes.
He's trying to get to a 5.
His kids gave it a 10.
Oh, see what I
his
tell
2
you.
daughters.
And
but-
Grogu, they love Grogu.
Yeah.
Hey, Grogu is cute. I'll give it that.
I'll give you some cuteness.
Fish. Come on.
Does Grogu ever wipe his butt and smell it?
They didn't show that. They
don't know
showed
why.
no Grogu poop.
I know it's a weird thing to say, but wouldn't that be funny, him doing that? I don't know why.
Yeah, it would. Of course. I think it's funny.
I think it's because it's like his little.
It would be
straight
so
out,
hard for him
It'd
to
be
get
hard for him.
Yeah.
They don't even show the Mandalorian changing his diaper at all.
Oh, there you
Ridiculous.
go.
Yeah.
But how old is Grogu? Can he?
I mean, he's 53.
he's a grown man.
Well, but that species, he's 5 years old, I guess.
Oh, so he's probably wiping his own butt though.
As you say, I don't think his arms are long enough.
Oh, so he just can't wipe his own butt.
He's also wrapped up in this stupid robe the whole time. Like, Trey, did you not want to see him take that
naked?
thing off?
I want to see his wiener for sure.
Not his wiener, but I don't know. I wanted to take it off
he
and
got
him to
down
be
there?
jacked under it or something. You know?
I don't know, man. I saw a jacked hut. That was messed up.
Exactly.
I was like, how does a hut get a 6-pack?
What?
No, I think I would have bet a hut has to have good core strength
Yeah.
for the way they move around.
The hut? No, hold on. My Star Wars hut, big fat hut.
Yeah.
Not this hut. He's not his father, okay? That's a big.
He saw his father die young for poor
This
health.
is your son's hut.
He had to get healthy. He's committed himself to the gym.
What? We got a jacked hut?
We got a jacked hut.
A jacked hut and crazy hut sex scenes.
What
Did
the
you
hell
did
is
you
going-
see
That
that?
was a kid's movie.
Am I wrong, Trey?
Yeah, this hut's getting into some stuff.
There's
man.
there's an overhead shot of like this hut. There's all these little pods of orgy sex slugs getting it on.
Is it true that the hut, this sexy 6-packed hut, is Jeremy Allen White?
Yes.
Yes.
Does anybody ever say yes or behind you hut? Yes hut.
Yes, hut. They're not saying that much. No. He didn't even perform a single Springsteen song.
Damn it.
Well, that's how they have sex. Behind you hut.
Does he lose his leg at any point? It's another Jeremy Allen.
Okay, yeah. Wait a second. Iron Claw reference. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, there's your review of Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and the Hung Grogu. Okay, let's get into the All-NBA teams. The NBA announced the league's All-NBA teams last night on Sunday night. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, and Cade Cunningham were named to the All-NBA first team. No real surprises there. Of course, you see on the graphic here, the NBA puts them in alphabetical order. Stop doing that, NBA. Okay? They can take it being put in the order of the amount of votes they got. All right? That's just a personal preference of mine. This is like a beef of mine. Do you know what I mean? The graphic should not be. Cade should be on the other end because he got the least amount of votes for the first team.
Yeah, they're all on the first team, though.
Taz. Some of them are unanimously on the first team.
Right.
Anyway, it's a little beef of mine. Okay, next one here. Alphabetical order, of course. You got Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, and Donovan Mitchell. Brown was named to the first team on 44 ballots, the most of any player outside the top 5. And then your third team, Tyrese Maxey, Jamal Murray, Kitchener's finest. You got Jalen Johnson, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Duren. That's your third team there. All right. All NBA takeaways. Do you want to start with snubs or actual takeaways from the 15 guys who were selected?
Let's respect the top 5 that made it.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Top 5?
The
Top
All
15?
NBA.
Okay.
No, the first team.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
I mean, you can debate your Jaylen Brown and whether or not he should have bumped Cade Cunningham. I know a lot of people do that. I think first team, second team, really solid. It's the third team where I get a little weirded out.
Who in particular?
I want a Scotty Barnes
A lot of people do.
to take either Jalen, knock off either Jalen. And if you ask every GM in the league, every owner in the league, would you rather have Scotty Barnes over Jalen Johnson or Jalen Duren? I think they're saying yes. And that's not just recency bias of the last month and watching Scotty Barnes in the playoffs. I think that's just a fact. So flick off both those Jalens, throw in, we only need 2 of the 4 Jalens. We don't need all these Jalens.
Yeah,
and
4
put
Jalens.
and put Anthony Edwards in there. I know he only played 60 games, but it's hard not to look at Anthony Edwards and say he's one of the top 15 players in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So see ya Jalens, Scotty for sure, Anthony Edwards in there too, which he'll be there next year when they do something about the 65-game rule.
Yeah,
But
no Steph, obviously, no Giannis, no LeBron, and then, like you said, no Anthony Edwards. But Luka, Cunningham, they played 64 games during the regular season, but they were granted special exceptions to be eligible for All-NBA consideration, and they both made the first team.
Sure.
Anthony Edwards, he filed for an exception. Did not work out.
No.
They said no.
Hating on him.
What'd you think, TK, of these 3 teams?
I mean, the third team is the weirdest one because
Sure.
it's kind of like the all playoff flame out team. Is kind of how to look at it. I mean, I guess Maxey didn't really flame out in the playoffs, but it was a disappointing ending to the season, getting swept out by the Celtics. But Murray had his first All-Star season, All-NBA, and then his worst playoffs. Jalen Johnson didn't put his stamp on anything. Jalen Duren was an early draftee in the most disappointing players draft. And then Chet still continuing to play, but looked great through the first 2 rounds. He would have been happy if this was announced after the second round of the playoffs, but in the conference finals, he looking a little bit outclassed. I'm with you. Scotty Barnes is the guy who would be a snub for making the team. I would have him for probably Duren in particular. And then for making the first team, I guess a toss-up between Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Brown. I would have voted for Cade, but Jaylen Brown definitely had a case as well.
Yeah, to speak on Scotty Barnes, a lot of people upset by the snub. Obviously, a lot of Raptors fans upset by it. Sam Vecini, though, he tweeted, Scotty Barnes getting screwed in both all defense and all NBA voting has me legitimately thinking people just did not watch enough Raptors games this year. How in the world did he only get 9 out of 100 votes? Wild. I didn't bring that up, or you didn't bring that up, Tass. Like, not only did he not make it, I mean, he wasn't even close. There was really no consideration from the voters for Scotty Barnes to be maybe on All-NBA third team, and obviously he made the second All-Defensive team, not the first. Probably should have been in there when he finished top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting, but got squeezed for Derek White. So, yeah, I think there's like, is there something there that maybe, I don't know, a lot of the American voters or whatever, international voters are not watching the Raptors? Yes, maybe, but I think it has more to do with Scotty Barnes' value to what he brings to the floor. They're not massive counting stats, right? And I think a lot of people, I don't know how many, I don't know what the percentage is of these voters that actually have a vote. There's a lot of looking at the stats and just going, oh, what's so-and-so got? What's so-and-so got? Okay, I'll go that player. That's what I think happens, especially near the end of ballot type stuff. And Scotty Barnes is not going to wow you with counting stats. But he's a better player than a lot of those guys on the third team. He just is. I think you can make the case that he could be over everybody on the third team except Tyrese Maxey. And I don't think I'd be blinking at the other 4 guys on it. And it's a regular season award. You know, he played even better in the postseason. But yeah, I think I don't think it's just they're not watching the Raptors play. It's also this idea of like, oh, he doesn't score a lot. Well, then he must not be that good. That's just not true.
Yeah, so the 5 guys there, and Jalen Johnson, Jalen Duren, Chet Holmgren, Tyrese Maxey, and Jamal Murray, a couple of them, and Jalen Duren and Chet Holmgren are the second best player on the best team in either conference.
That's true.
And that's
true.
part of it.
Yes,
that's
it
part
is.
Of it. This was done at the end of the regular season, and I know watching Scotty Barnes in that 7-game series is fresh in my mind, but I don't know. I'd say GMs and front offices would still look at that, even though Jalen Johnson specifically. I mean, the question to me is Jamal Murray, I think we should make it along with Tyrese Maxey. Jamal Murray making his first All-NBA. Fantastic for him.
All 5 guys on the third team here.
Right.
First All-NBA selection.
Jalen Johnson, I think, is a fair question. When the regular season ended and you asked every single owner or front office, would you take Jalen Johnson over Scotty Barnes or Scotty Barnes over Jalen Johnson? I think it's a fair question that you're going to get a lot of people who say Jalen Johnson's damn good. He's only propelling himself, but Scotty Barnes showed that he's just a lock at being super valuable. But I can understand it with the Jalen Johnson optimism potential idea part of it. So
the other snubs, Karl Anthony Towns could probably warrant more consideration for All NBA selection. I mean, he led the league, I think, in double doubles and averaged, let's call it 20 and 11 on pretty good efficiency. You know, he had a sort of at times a quiet cat season. Some of that was by design, as we talked about. Mike Brown saving these guys a little bit more than maybe Tibbs was with his starters and reducing minutes, but he is good. Denny Avdia, Şengün are probably the most common names coming up that would be on the 4th team.
Yep.
Any other takeaways, TK?
Wemby, youngest player ever, first team All-NBA and first team All-Defense. Who gave him a second team vote? Who could possibly think he was not one of the top 5 players in the league this year?
Do we know?
I don't know.
Not yet. They do post all this stuff,
yeah,
don't
usually
they?
they do. Transparency.
Couple other notes. I brought up Giannis not making it because he wasn't eligible, but that snaps his streak of 8 consecutive All-NBA ballots. LeBron, he was also ineligible to get votes. He didn't play enough games, and that was just the second time in his 23-season career that he was not an All-NBA pick, so it's weird to see that. And then Kevin Durant, who did make it, 12th time being named to an All-NBA team, 6 on the first team, 6 on the second team for KD. He is the first player in NBA history to be named to an All-NBA team for 5 different franchises. So that sort of perfectly sums up Kevin Durant's
It really does.
going to be weird career when we look back at it. So yeah, he made history there. First guy to do that. 5 different franchises, top 15 player, Tass.
How many did Shaq make? Just 3, I guess. He played for 6 teams, but
Yeah, he wasn't
Probably
making it
not
for
All-NBA for
Celtics, Cavs, or
Knicks.
Sun. Maybe Suns. Maybe Suns.
Maybe
He made an
did
All-Star game.
4. Maybe he had 4 teams. I'd have to check.
Okay.
But you're wearing that Raptor shirt because of the Scotty Barnes.
Yes, Tess, I absolutely am. Like,
There you
you
go.
can't even see it's a Raptor shirt.
Well, you can
Purple.
Move, you can move that computer.
Yeah. Okay. Here, this is worth it. Eh? There.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Good.
I guess that's purple. That looks blue to me.
Oh, it's 100% purple. I mean, it is a Raptors inspired mashup. I don't know. I don't even know who the artist is. Tess got me questioning life here. Little bit of the night.
Oh, yeah. Shaq made it with the Suns,
He did.
too.
Wow.
Yeah. So
4.
4 squads.
Wow.
Yeah.
Little of the night sponsored by Laruski Media.
Yeah, that's our man. Jake LaRue from Canada.
Oh, Jake
Okay,
LaRue.
nice.
Jake
Yeah, yeah.
Laruski Media. Yeah, by way of the stream team here, this one's simple. The Woboy sponsor, what Jake wants. Thanks for the streams, guys.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you for
Thanks for
sending us that
sponsoring
Michael
Woboy.
Jordan wedgie from the 92 playoffs that one time.
Oh, that was Jake. Wow.
yeah,
you.
because
Big
he's
Thanks,
Hey,
Jay.
in the
Jake, can you
archives.
send us one from the 2026 playoffs?
Oh.
What's
I don't
going
even think they're going to happen anymore.
What's going on? This is wild. How did we set the all-time record, 73 wedgies in the regular season? We don't have a single one?
We've seen way more balls off the side of a backboard
Yeah.
than wedgies.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, Wembenyama, whoa boy. Game high 33 points, 11 of 22 from the field, 3 of 7 from deep, 8 of 9 at the line, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals. He's a cool plus 29 in 31 minutes played. So did it all. And we're all tied up at 2-2. So they're going to give us the classic that we all deserve there in the Western Conference Finals.
We deserve
that
it.
bad boy's going 7. Lock that in. All right, we're back tomorrow. We got ESPN, 8 p.m. Eastern, Game 4 of the Knicks Cavs. Could end tonight, as we talked about. So the soonest the Spurs-Thunder can now end is Thursday. That's Game 6. Game 7 will be Saturday. If needed, it'll be needed. And in any case, the finals begin next Wednesday, June 3rd. So even the Western Conference Finals, if it goes 7, which it will, they get
days.
like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, get a little bit of a break. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah,
Good
3
counting.
full
Good
days.
counting. Yeah.
I mean, you could
3 days.
say that's almost 4 days, couldn't you?
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, Saturday night.
Is that rest? They just played a game.
Yeah, true. They get 3 full days of rest.
Sunday to Monday.
But you don't play until night of Wednesday, so it's sort of closer to 4. So it's 3 or 4.
right,
3.5. We'll call it 3.5. We'll meet in the
Oh,
middle.
yeah.
3.5 days off.
man.
Not
Cool.
bad.
Yeah,
Not
that's
bad.
great.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining us here. Some of you Americans on the long weekend. Maybe you're firing up the grill today. Hopefully it's not raining where you are. We had a very wet couple of days here in Atlanta. Did you get up to
this
anything
rain.
on the weekend? You didn't see a movie, so what'd you do?
That's a great question. Hung out
Can't
with
remember.
friends. Hung
Oh,
out with
good.
friends.
Good.
You know, went to the library. Library was great.
Wow.
Yeah,
Read
books.
like Wemby?
Got a book. There's no read like Wemby section here.
Read like
in,
Mellis. That's what it is at your
Atlanta,
library.
Yep. That's what our family does.
They've got to read like a Kongwu at ours. Pick up all the Onyeka books you want,
Read like Dyson. It's all Australian books.
mate. Field guide to marmosets or something like that.
Who's that guy that used to write all the books that people loved about
Marmoset?
traveling?
That's a thing.
And he had one that was famous about Australia. Bill something? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Bill,
He was like a pretty funny travel writer.
Yeah.
They were huge when I was traveling back in like the early 2000s. God, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Bill.
It was definitely
Not Wennington.
travel books. No, not Wennington.
Read like Wennington.
Bill Thrall?
Bryson?
Bryson! Thank you!
Bill
Nice.
Bryson.
That's exactly who I was thinking of, JD. Did you just pull that or did you look?
I
Pulled it like a Dyson.
thought it was Bryson, but then I was like, if I say Bryson, it's like some bench player for somebody. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
Like, I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Say the wrong guy. So I did a quick Google.
Anyone. His big one was the Australian one. For sure. In a sunburned country, maybe is what it was called. I don't remember it being called that. Bill Bryson, man. This guy had a way with words.
Bill Bryson.
I wonder if they still hold up. I loved him in 2000, I'll tell you that. All
I
right.
can do it during the summer, you know. Little book read. We got things to do.
I'm gonna do a little book read this summer for sure.
Yeah. Well,
What do you got on your
have a
list?
book meeting.
Well, I'm reading On the Calculation of Volume series right now. I just finished the second one over the weekend. I got to order the third and fourth. So I'll finish those. And I would like to read a very long, chunky book. Either East of Eden, Lonesome Dove, or The Count of Monte Cristo.
This guy's got books ready to go. Here we
That's
go.
right.
All right, we'll get the poll up. Maybe people can tell you which one to read. All right, and I do have a poll here, by the way. 69 votes. Nice. Thumbs down on Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, 61%.
Yeah. Yeah. So, were people just voting without seeing it, though? Probably.
Maybe.
Did 69 people see that movie this weekend in our stream team? I guess that's also possible, but unlikely.
Wow, you think people are faking it?
Yeah, I think people are
Probably
voting without
right.
having seen
It's
it.
fine. I'll vote on anything. I see. I don't know the answer, but I'll vote on it.
Yeah, and I would have been down as well without having seen it.
I'm sure a lot of the downvotes are, you spoiled it for me.
Oh boy. Oh god. Okay, there's a hot hut and Grogu's hung like a horse. I mean, okay, spoiled Star Wars. Sorry. You spoiled.
didn't even see it.
Well, you spoiled Survivor.
No,
then,
I
right?
didn't.
Yes,
You
did.
did. You
No,
did.
you did. No, because you brought it up.
I did not bring
Yes,
it up.
you did. Yes, you did.
You brought up the fact that
Stop spoiling Survivor for everybody.
Jeff spoiled it for everybody out there. You brought that up.
Yeah, but
I
then I
just
did
spoil it.
Well, once you opened the door. I mean,
You walked right in. That's fair. That's fair.
anyways, book club Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's get it going.
All right, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, as I said, depending on when the series ends, we may be having to fill some shows. So that's why the book club idea of early next week has me thinking, what books should we do? Let us know.
A Walk
Let us
in the
know.
Woods by Bill Bryson about the Appalachian Trail. I was on the Appalachian Trail. Let's read that.
Yeah, I'd read about the Appalachian.
There's a lot of great books about hitting the Appalachian Trail.
Hell yeah. It's a nice trail.
It's one of our longest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was on a very small part of it. It still felt long.
And you didn't even get the full way?
Oh, no, not at all.
You're
It's
not ready to
huge.
write a book yet?
It's
Not
huge.
book worthy? You gotta complete the whole thing.
Embrace the day, people.